Imagine standing at the very tip of the Burj Khalifa in Dubai. You are 828 meters in the air. The cars below look like ants. The clouds are drifting past your shoulders. It feels like the limit of human engineering. But now, imagine looking up and seeing another building rising twice as high above you. This is not science fiction. This is Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. And this is the Rise Tower, a structure designed to soar a staggering 2 kilometers, or 1.2 miles, into the stratosphere. It is a project so extreme, it makes the Empire State Building look like a toy. It is almost double the height of the Jeddah Tower, the previous contender for the world's tallest building that has been stuck in limbo for years. We are talking about 678 floors, an elevator ride that takes minutes, a shadow that stretches across an entire city. But ask yourself this: how do you pour concrete in 120-degree heat? How do you stop a building this tall from snapping in half when the wind blows at 100 miles per hour? And perhaps most importantly, why build it at all? Today, we are diving deep into the math, the madness, and the mechanics of the Rise Tower. We're going to uncover how engineers are trying to solve problems that shouldn't even exist to build a vertical city in one of the harshest environments on Earth. This is the story of the impossible. To understand the why, you have to look at the ground beneath the building. Saudi Arabia is changing. For decades, the kingdom's heartbeat was oil, but the world is pivoting, and Saudi Arabia knows it. This is Vision 2030. It is a government master plan to overhaul the entire economy, shifting from oil reliance to tourism, global trade, and business. You've heard of NEOM, the mega region on the Red Sea. You've seen the plans for the line. You know about Qiddiya, the entertainment capital. But Riyadh, the capital city, needed its own crown jewel. Something that wouldn't just be a building, but a global headline. Designed by HKS Architects, the Rise Tower isn't just an office building. It is a vertical city. It plans to house luxury hotels, residential apartments, massive shopping districts, and sky gardens. From the penthouse suites, you would literally be looking down on airplanes coming in to land at Riyadh International Airport. But this ambition comes with a price tag. Estimates put the project at over $20 billion. To put that in perspective, that's more than the cost of the entire Dubai metro system. When you build a standard skyscraper, your biggest enemy is gravity. You just need to keep the building up. But when you reach 2 kilometers into the sky, the enemy changes. It's no longer gravity, it's the wind. At this altitude, the air is thin, but the gusts are violent. They don't just push the building, they create a phenomenon called vortex shedding. As wind hits a flat surface, it swirls around the sides, creating low-pressure zones that suck the building back and forth. Without the right design, a tower this tall wouldn't just sway, it would vibrate until it shattered. So, how do you stop it? You use math. The Rise Tower's design tapers and twists. It's aerodynamic, like the wing of a fighter jet or a Formula One car. This shape confuses the wind, breaking up those vortices before they can lock onto the structure. But shape alone isn't enough. Inside the tower, engineers are planning to install massive tune mass dampers. Picture giant steel pendulums, weighing hundreds of tons, suspended near the top of the tower. When the wind pushes the tower right, the pendulum swings left. It uses simple physics to counteract the movement, keeping your coffee cup steady on the table even if you're on the 600th floor. Before a single beam is placed, this battle is fought in the virtual world. Let's go back down to Earth, or rather into it. The Rise Tower sits on the rocky desert terrain of Riyadh. To support a building that weighs millions of tons, you can't just pour a slab. Excavators will carve out a pit dozens of meters deep. Into this pit, they will drive thousands of steel-reinforced piles, anchoring the tower directly into the solid bedrock. Then comes the raft foundation. This will be one of the largest concrete pours in human history. But here the desert fights back. Riyadh's temperatures regularly hit 50 degrees Celsius. 122 Fahrenheit. If you pour concrete in that heat, the water evaporates too quickly. The concrete sets too fast, becomes brittle, and cracks. The solution: you build at night, and you use chemistry. Engineers will likely cool the concrete mix with chilled water and liquid nitrogen, pumping it into the ground while the city sleeps. Once the shell is built, how do you make it livable? A building this size isn't just a structure, it's a machine. It consumes electricity equal to a small city. It needs massive substations just to turn the lights on. But the biggest logistical nightmare? The elevators. In a normal skyscraper, you use steel cables to pull the elevator car. But at 2 kilometers, a steel cable would be so heavy it would snap under its own weight before it even lifted the car. The solution is straight out of science fiction: magnetic levitation, or maglev. Instead of cables, the Rise Tower plans to use powerful magnets to glide cabins up and down tracks, exactly like high-speed trains. This technology allows for something revolutionary: ropeless elevators that can move vertically and horizontally. Imagine getting into a lift in the lobby, going up 100 floors, and then moving sideways to a different tower wing. The soul of the machine. This brings us to the brain of the Rise Tower. In the past, buildings were passive. You turned on a light, it stayed on. The Rise Tower is designed to be active. Artificial intelligence will act as the building's central nervous system. It will reroute elevators to prevent crowds. It will darken windows to reduce heat from the sun. It will even learn the habits of the residents to save energy. Sustainability is the buzzword of the century, and the Rise Tower can't ignore it. It is a paradox, a symbol of excess, trying to be a model of efficiency. So, will the Rise Tower ever be finished? History is littered with unfinished mega projects. The Jeddah Tower stands as a silent warning of what happens when ambition runs out of money. But Saudi Arabia seems determined. The excavation has begun. The billions are allocated. If they succeed, the Rise Tower will be more than just a building. From the Great Pyramids to the Empire State Building, humans have always wanted to build higher. But what do you think? Is a 2-kilometer tower a marvel of engineering or a step too far? Would you be brave enough to live on the 600th floor? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the impossible, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We've got more stories of the world's wildest mega projects coming soon. Thanks for watching.
Drop the acid.